Hey, there it goes. What's up, friends? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. I'm still figuring things out here at the new house with the stream. It's incredible how much is yeah. OBS is it's hard to live stream. The end. Welcome to Sunday Q&A, and we're also man. So what I was saying is I'm exhausted again. It's the air conditioning is still broken. It's 80 degrees in here. I'm having a hell of a time sleeping. So I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep. So yeah, much like Friday, there's going to be a low-key stream. I'm going to be very brain dead. But yeah, we're going to make it work. Goat knows what's up. Yeah. Doing more here. I got the bigger shelving unit. Maggie went to IKEA for the first time in her life yesterday, and we got a bigger shelving unit here, which is awesome. And then I got the other one here. I'm so used to using keystrokes on the keyboard. I'm not used to using Stream Deck. Ready? Stream Deck bench. Oh man, is that cool? Yeah. So the work here continues. Check this out though. Man, I've been waiting forever to do this. See that over there? See, oh god. See, so that's where the little 3x3 has ended up. And if you look really carefully, you'll see a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, a Nintendo 64, a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and then these little felt cloth bins at the bottom here have all the games and controllers and shit. These two yellow lamps are probably going to go, and of course this wall still needs to be painted. But yeah, doing more stuff. There's the mirror that I think is going to go up here. And yeah, here's the big quad, the big 4x4. Look at that. Look at the size of that. My God. That's what she said. So yeah, there's the 4x4. And then over here is the 4x2. And then behind my big dumb head is the 2x2. So yeah, it's coming together, man. It's a lot of work, but it's super fun. I'm having a blast. And let's just get this. Is that somewhat straight? Not really? Okay. Hold on. Let me fix this a little bit. What are you guys up to? Who's building? Who's flying? What are you guys doing? What's the situation in the collective land? I'm gonna jump on the chat comments in a second here, but I just want to get this thing fixed. There we go. There's that, and that should be about right there. All right, cool. Let's leave that alone. Let it stop wobbling here. I gotta change the way that it's mounted. It's a little wobbly right now. Man, I am not used to using the Stream Deck. Man, is it really nice though? It's really fancy. You know what else? You know what else is cool about the Stream Deck? It allows me to use this soundbite every time I want to say. That didn't work. It didn't play. It didn't play it through the. It didn't play it through the stream. It just played it through my speakers. That's weird. I gotta figure that out. In the chat, Kevin Sumner was first. He says, "Oh hi. If you want to talk directly to me, all you got to do is which buttons do I hit? Monitor mic? That's the one. All you got to do is type CiottiFPV if you. What just happened? Oh God. What? Okay, I hit the wrong button. All you got to do is type CiottiFPV and it'll light up an orange like this. I'll know you're talking to me. Otherwise, I'll assume you guys are talking amongst yourselves. Main camera is the center one. Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah. Patrick and I were gonna paint this tonight, but there's just too much going on, so I think we're gonna do it on Tuesday. So it's gonna look like this for another couple days, but that's all right. I'm starting to figure out how to hit it with a little bit more light back there to get a little bit of action going on. Yeah. In the chat, Apache Smoke Wounds Sniper was second. Brandon's McBeans, Bulldog FPV, McConnell Studios, Jay Drones, Johnny 5 is in the house, Dan 636, Chopper FPV, Mr. Huggy, Brandon's McBeans again, Robin Duckett, McConnell Studios, Mr. Huggy is here, Steady Eddie is here as well, Robin Duckett, Aircon 661, Left Step, Rock Crawler, what's up everybody? Flush, Jonathan Lewis, what's going on friends? Matty ORC, alright, I'm sure I missed people, but I'm tired, so screw you. Apache Smoke Wind and Sniper tagged me and said, hello friend, glad to see you again. What's up, hello collective? Johnny 5 says, race to 10Ks in the final stretch. Ciotti's has a little catching up to do, but he beat me to the 5K mark, so anything can still happen. God, I forgot all about that. You still doing that, Johnny 5? John's model is John's, you know, it's all sort of YouTube based. These live streams for me are just kind of for fun. I don't chase subs, never have, never will. You know, for me, it's being a pro pilot. That's what 99% of my effort goes into. So yeah, the subscriber thing is just not even on my radar. It's just, yeah, I don't like it. It doesn't do good things for my mental health. I very specifically don't look at it, and I don't do any of the things that are, you know, fairly straightforward to do to get a lot of subs. So yeah, I'm sure that I didn't even know I got past 6,000. The other day I was like, yeah, I got like 5. Somebody asked me on here. I was like, oh, 5,000 something, and chat corrected me. They're like, no, you're over 6,000. I was like, oh wow, okay, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, that's not something that I'll ever spend any effort or time on. It's just the way, you know, that's not saying that anybody else shouldn't. But yeah, for me, it's just not something that's on my radar at all. Brandon's Baked Beans tagged me, didn't say anything, just tagged me. Apache Smoke is lip reading now. Mr. Hargy says, tonight, CiottiFPV is using Mime again. Steady Eddie says, the Mime. He also says, sitting in my car, just flew my whoops with 25,000 kV motors and BT 2.0 connectors for the first time. Oh my god, just unlocked another level. Yeah, Steady Eddie, it's pretty gnarly. And then one level above that is the 30,000 kV 0702 motors on the biblades if you've got a really lightweight rig like the Mobula 6 ELRS. We're gonna do Whoop Wednesday this Wednesday for sure. So I'll find. Wait, no, I finally did find my my Whoop stuff. So yeah, I'll get some gates set up. I've even got the yeah. We'll do full blown Whoop Wednesday this week, and we'll fly around a little bit. That'll be super fun. Kevin Sumner says, you've inspired me to put all my old game consoles out and set them up in our bonus room. Very cool, Kevin. That's super cool. I got on Amazon, if you need splitters, I got a couple of different splitters, a component and a composite splitter. I'll let you know how they are. I'm a little bit scared about the component splitter because it says that it's got 4 outputs and 1 input. I have to assume that it's, you know, it'll work the other way around. What I don't like about it is it's powered. The component or the composite one, just the red, white, and yellow. It's just push buttons, and you don't need to run power to it. But yeah, the composite, or I forget, but the component or composite, whichever one it is, which has the red, blue, yellow. I'm sorry, it's 5 plugs. It's 2 audio and 3 video plugs. That one's powered, which is kind of annoying because I don't want to have to run power to it anyway, but I have to run power to 6 consoles, so I'm going to have a big-ass power strip in there anyway. So yeah, I'll let you know how these splitters are. Hopefully they work. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Man, I'm exhausted. I'm just whooped, man. like, not only am I not getting sleep, but I'm just scrambling to try to get stuff set up. So it's just chaos. Good chaos though. Robin Duckett says, "What are you building, or just reviewing some motors?" Yeah, I've got a shitload of these custom KV'd FPV Cycle 2104s that I'm dying to get onto a rig. I don't even know what we're gonna put them on. Shirt of the day is Gemfan's unbelievably soft. If you ever get a chance to buy this Gemfan shirt, do yourself a favor and buy one. It's absurdly soft. I don't know what rig to put them on. I guess we can make, I mean, this already has the ducts off. Yeah, let's put them on the silly dual VTX rig. Let's put them on here because the motors are already off, and this is the rig with the Brother Hobby VY motors, and I really don't trust these. Yeah, I can feel that the shafts are starting to kind of slip. So yeah, let's throw it on here. To be honest, it's me being lazy because I don't want to pull the the ducts off of the other two rigs. And the other two rigs are fine. So this is the one that, yeah, these are the motors that I like the least out of all the whoops. Cinewhoops rather. 661 says no Sega. No, I was never a Sega person. I was always a Nintendo person growing up. I had a friend or two that had Sega stuff, Genesis, and then eventually in college there was some Dreamcast action, of course, with Smash Brothers. That was in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, I don't have any Sega systems. These are all my old systems. I didn't like go and buy these or anything like that. These are all just my old systems that I've saved. Let me open this up a little bit. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. How much more can I? Come on. Okay, now that's starting to get a little weird. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good. Right? There we go. That's a little better. I gotta figure out what to do over here. This is the frame of the. Do you guys care? Do you guys want me to talk more about the basement, or do you guys want to get into FPV stuff? If you guys don't want me to talk more about the basement, just let me know. It's fine. You won't hurt my feelings. But it's like my life right now is trying to get this basement set up, so I really want to talk about it. Similar to like Nick Burns's life right now is his backyard and his pool, right? So he talks about that a lot. But yeah, I don't want you guys to feel like you're not getting enough FPV content. How can I? Why won't this? Oh, there it goes. I can't really show it to you with that. Oh, what the hell? I'll just like point at it and you'll be like, oh, okay. This is the surround of the fireplace. And it's painted black. Which kind of makes sense because the center of the fireplace is like gray stone. So it being painted black, it kind of frames the fireplace. Maggie thinks I should paint it white, which I really love that idea because if it's painted white, then this will become white and it won't look so like, shitty. But what I'm worried about painting it white is that it's going to... It's not going to frame the fireplace in the same way. And I don't know, I'm afraid it might look weird. But this is all going to get painted red here. So this is going to be purple down here below this little shelf thing. And then up above the shelf, it's going to be red. So maybe I paint this side of it, of the fireplace red, maybe? I don't know, man. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. But I'm going to keep thinking about it and I'll find something cool. I'll figure something cool. Brandon McBean says, I have a classic Wizard with a new Mamba stack, Blue Jay 4.3.1 test hover here for a local guy. That's pretty interesting. Old school Wizard frame, Jesus. You gonna do some black boxing on that, Brandon, to see how nasty that old frame is? Jay Drone says, have you got a different lens on your Canon camera? It doesn't seem as wide. No, same lens. But it's a zoom lens. It's it's the kit lens, 1855. Or 18 to 55, and it's it's more zoomed in. It's also a little bit, I think the camera itself is a little bit closer to me. I haven't really spent a bunch of time, like I just slammed stuff down on this desk, and it kind of is what it is right now, because this desk has to get ripped apart when we paint. So yeah, this camera might move back a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's a similar. This is actually a pretty similar setup to what I had in the apartment, but yeah, not quite. And like subtle changes do make a really big difference. Like the light coming at me from the left rather than the right. Like usually the light was coming in here and lighting up this side of my face. Bulldog FPV says, still jamming the 3-inch drip squeak. Took a beating today, but still strong. Very cool. Yellow Captain says, that new wall looks really nice. Thank you, brother. It's going to get so much cooler. This is going to look so much cooler once it's painted red. I'm really looking forward to it. I think for the once it's painted red and purple, I might be able to move these lights over here. One of the big reasons I have these my studio lights over here is because they have grids on them. So like watch the light fall off. Ready? This is what a grid does for you. Without a grid, these things would just send light all over this wall, and this wall wouldn't be any colors. It would be lit up in white. Watch this fall off. Ready? So as I walk back, it's just gone. Like all that studio light, you can see it in my hand, right? Like it's here, it's here, it's here, it's gone. That's what the grids do. The grid is like it's a series of little, it's like an egg crate. And it takes the light and it just kind of focuses. It's like barn doors, like on a light, you open up the barn doors and it shoots light everywhere. You close down the barn doors and it just shoots light straight forward. Well, the grid is a whole bunch of barn doors. So I put these studio lights over on the wrong side, to keep the light off of that back wall. But once that back wall is painted, it's not as much of an issue. But what I want to play around with is how to light. I want to hit this white cube thing with some. So like we're seeing here, right? Like this little bit of pinkish purple. Yeah, should be cool. Although, to be honest, it might, once this wall is painted, this might look good with just white light hitting it, because it'll bring out the white of this shell, of this 4x4 Kallax, and then we'll have red all over here too, and then we'll have a little border here of purple, 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 and then the purple will go down here, purple, 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 and then the purple will go over here, purple, purple, purple. Yeah, could be cool. I don't know. We'll get it dialed in. It'll be looking good sooner than later. Left Step says, now that you've got silly fast upload speeds, will you upload more flight footage? The upload speeds had pretty much nothing to do with not uploading a lot of flight footage. Not uploading a lot of flight footage is just that I don't have time. I don't have time to edit, and it doesn't, like flight edits don't really do anything. Like for me at least, flight edits don't really do anything. Like I'm not trying to have a big YouTube following. I'm trying to book more gigs and be a pro pilot. And I already have a lot of good. I already have enough content up that serves as a really good portfolio. So yeah, flight edits are just kind of for fun, and things that are for fun are absolute bottom of the list in terms of priorities for me, because it's just, yeah, there's just, I just don't have the time. So the beginnings and the ends of these streams are the main spot for you guys to get flight footage from me, to be really honest. Yeah, the upload speeds are great, and they should make these streams more stable. And the streams are now in 1080. I watched Friday's stream on the TV in 1080, and then I went back to the previous stream in 720. I couldn't see a fucking difference. I don't see a difference. What I will say though is that this DSLR is only 720, so maybe at some point I get I can find a cheap DSLR that will output 1080, and maybe that'll be a little bit better, but I kind of doubt it. Maybe the bench cam should look a little bit better though. Does the bench cam look any better? Let's get these off of here. These are throwing the metering off. The bench cam, I believe, is 1080. So in theory, and this is the bench cam is really what I want to look good, right? Like there's no reason for my face to be in 1080, right? You're just gonna see more of the wrinkles and shit. If the bench, as long as the bench cam is a little bit more crisp, that's kind of the point. Not the point, but that's more important, so that you guys can see what the hell I'm doing when I'm working on stuff. So yeah. Left step. I gotta be honest. Don't hold your breath for more flight edits. Unfortunately, if anything, there could actually be less of them because I'm living in a house now, and there's a lot of housework that needs to get done, and I'm living with 3 other amazing people that I really love spending time with. So, yeah. I do owe Finn some more flight footage though. FPV has been doing some amazing edits with my with some of my flight footage, and I'm gonna be buying him a couple terabyte hard drive for him to just dump a shitload of my footage on, and I'm gonna tell him, like, look, do as many edits as you can. I'll pay you for every single one that you do, of course. Don't burn yourself out, but as many flight edits as you can knock out, go for it. So that'll be cool, because like right up until this point, the flow has been like, I put a bunch of flight footage in my Google Drive, he grabs it, he edits it, he gets it done, sends it to me. I'm super busy, I forget about it or don't see it. Eventually I find it and then put it up, and then I forget again to send him more footage. So yeah, I'm just gonna like load my Google Drive up with a bunch of footage for him, and I'm gonna send him this hard drive, and he can just have a bunch of my footage sitting. The other thing I'm gonna do is when I get done with a gig, I put all my footage up on my Google Drive and I send that to the producer, director, whoever it may be, and I'm going to send that link to Finn as well so that he can grab all that stuff. So every single time I get a gig, Finn will be able to grab that footage down. And yeah, we'll play around with that as well. So maybe we can get some like flight footage edits of some of the professional flying that I've been doing over the last year and a half. So that'll be pretty slick. So yeah, lots of cool stuff coming. But I would not hold my breath for more flight edits. The big problem is just that I don't like to put content out that's not like absolutely the best that it can possibly be. And during the editing process, making it the best that it can possibly be takes time. It takes 10, 15, 20 hours. What is cool though, what I will say, is I can do editing streams again. On the old tower, it was so slow that I really couldn't run Premiere and OBS at the same time, but the Mac Mini can do that in its sleep. So yeah, that'll be awesome. We'll be able to do some more editing streams, and in theory, maybe kick out one or an extra flight edit per month from an editing stream, maybe. So yeah, I guess there will be a little bit more flight footage coming at you, but to be honest, you'll get more of my flying at the beginning and the end of the streams than anywhere else. So It's nice to know that you guys want to see my flight footage. That's pretty slick. I appreciate that. June Loca says, we whooping today? Nah, I don't have any of my, I bit the shit out of my lip. I don't have any, Cinewhoop stuff, like, charged or ready to go. It's still a little bit of a mess in here. Brandon's Baked Bean says, sure as heck gonna log this wizard. Very cool. Nice. Apache Smoke says, the bench cam looks good. Does it look better? Can you tell? That's cool. J Drone says, the Canon 700D is a great camera. It's got a rotating screen as well. It's a few years old, so probably pick one up pretty cheap. Let's take a look. So I can just hit monitor mic. Look at that. Oh, so fancy. Fancy. I pretty much buy all my cameras from Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace and search. Let's see what people are selling that for. Let's do local pickup. Oh boy, $400. Jesus. Oh, so that's the T4i. Okay. Or is it the T5i? $350. Oof. I haven't paid more than like $150 for a camera in a long time. I'm the worst. T5i for $450. Jesus. These should be cheaper than that. It's a DSLR, for God's sakes. Let's see. Really? Abraham says, are those mirrorless cams with interchangeable lenses and full frame sensors caught up to DSLRs yet? Or do you want a mirror? All my lenses are, well, I guess it wouldn't really matter. I want whatever I can get for the cheapest. Okay, so the 700D is the T5i. So this is the Rebel SL1. I also have a, I actually just put it on this little rig. Look at this. I've had this little rig for a long time. I bought this rig back when I was longboarding to get really low angle. This is actually a Rebel T6. Does this will this output 1080? This might output in 1080. Hold on. On. Oh, there's no battery in it. All right, hold on. What did I say it was? Rebel T6? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Monitor mic. Rebel T6 video. Let's just try the word settings. I don't really want settings. I want specs. Let's use the word specs then. Movie saw. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the next live stream, this camera will be in 1080. Yeah, 1920 by 1080, 29.97. Hey, look at that. That's pretty slick. That'll be cool. All right, so yeah, good call. And then the SL1, I'll just swap under this. I don't know. I'm never gonna really use. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I'll use this. But well, shit. If this camera can film in 1080, though, if this camera will do 1080, there's a better chance of me using it. No, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to go out and film anything with a digital SLR. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to use a goddamn GoPro. But yeah, this is a fun little setup. If you need a moving camera, it's just it ends up like being weighted so nicely that you can hold it really low and you can get really smooth footage. And plus, it's just having weight. You know, this having the light, even if you don't use the light, it's just adding weight. So it and that really helps to keep the camera stable. Well, cool. Everything will be 1080 for the next live stream. That's pretty slick. What else is up, friends? Kevin Sumner dropping. Hey, this is my full-time job. If you like the content and would like to see your buddy be able to not die of starvation, head on over to CiottiFPV.com and just hit every single button that you can, and it'll be great. There's a Patreon page that helps me out the most. There's a Fiverr store with you can work one-on-one with me. An Etsy page and a Teespring store with some merch and a whole bunch of affiliate links. Next time you're doing an FPV order or an Amazon order, think about your gangly buddy, hit my affiliate link before you check out, and I'll get free money. Somebody just did, one of you motherfuckers went ham on, so most affiliate setups I can't see when you guys order. But FPV Cycle, they send me a little email that just says, hey, you made a new referral sale, and it just says the amount of the sale and what my commission is going to be. One of you mad lads spent $537 on FPV Cycle. Who was that, yo? Hey, something that we're going to be doing is reading. So if that was you and you're not in the chat right now and you're watching this on replay, I got your back. I'm going to start reading all the comments from the previous live streams live so that those of you that watch this on replay can still be a part of it and still ask your questions. So yeah, we're going to do that right now. I'm going to come in here and go to channel and go to live streams and 5-inch Friday Q&A new studio. All right, so let's see. In the comments from Friday's live stream, Barry Cook says, CiottiFPV, your new place looks fabulous. Lovely space. Thank you, Barry. Michael John says, trending adult porn videos only. Alistair Sean, so that's nice. I shouldn't have said the P word. This live stream will now not get recommended to anyone. Focus on Yourself FPV says, you are painting walls primary colors. Recommend something neutral so it doesn't interfere with headshot. Your decision. Yeah, I've talked a bunch about why I'm painting the walls the colors that I'm painting them. But I appreciate that focus. We're going to give him a thumbs up and a heart. Glenn Burnett says, dang it, I missed the stream, but I still read your comment, Glenn. Paul McDonald says, damn, I missed it too. Rassel Ahmed says, Alistair Sean Aber Zustamin Die Nummern 10 and 1 Ein Sleepfriend.online Brunette und ein Anderquig Blondie Blondine, I should say, es wär unfair when ich for waren wurned. Should that be a thing? Should there be a new segment on these live streams where I read the spammer comments? Is that fun or is it horrible? Mr. Death FPV says, I have BPD. Mr. Death, you need to tell us more about your BPD experience. And Mr. Death, on CiottiFPV.com, if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a link to FPV Therapy, which is a Facebook group that I created 1.5 to 2 years ago, where a bunch of us that struggle with mental illness shit hang out and try to, get through the day. It's not a spot for putting your flight edits up. I will delete them. It's a spot to get help and to talk about mental illness stuff. So would love to have you over there. Also on my Discord, there's a text channel called FPV Therapy over there as well. And then another spam comment. Let's remove that. So there we go. I can't believe I remembered. I was certain that I was going to forget to read comments from the previous live stream. But I remembered. So yeah, if you're watching this on repeat, leave a comment, say something, anything, and I'll talk about it on the next stream. Kevin Sumner says, tell the people how to support you. Thank you, Kevin. Brandon Woodford says, good afternoon, guys. What's up? Jay Drone says, the cannons. Oh, we got that. All right, cool. June Loco says, I always use your link. Thank you, brother. All right, so let me get out of here and... Oh, this is playing. Man, this Mac Mini is absurdly fast. I can just have like so much shit going on in the back. Like on the tower, I used to have to like quit out of everything. for OBS to run, but on this computer, it just doesn't care. I haven't heard the fan spin up once, I don't think, other than when I run Real Steady Go. Paul McDonald says, I picked up 10 motors, but it was not $500. Michael Scott Roos says, I've been freestyle flying with a DJI Action 2, but the footage isn't as good as my GoPro for chase footage stuff. Yeah, we talked about that on Friday's stream. I can't do the DJI. I cannot watch people's flight footage that are using that camera. The fisheye is just so disorienting. I just can't do it. Hopefully they get that figured out for the DJI Action 3. Because I love how lightweight the Action is, and I love that it's really durable, and I love that it's currently being made. But man, I just think the footage looks horrible for freestyle. Totally a personal opinion. You guys might love it. But yeah, I think it looks terrible. Let's do some Workbench stuff here. I have not done anything Workbench related at this spot yet. But there's no time like the present, right? This button. Look at that. All right. Oh man, it's kind of crowded over here. This is the one spot that I haven't really cleaned up. Okay, so we're gonna put some motors on, but all my stuff is still like kind of put away. So hold on, real quick. Let me. Hey, there's my prop wrench. All right, so I want to do it like this. Here we go. All right, so there we go with that. So we're gonna lay this out. That can go wherever. All right, let me get a couple of things that I definitely need to solder out of here. Well, I might as well just grab this. Okay. And what am I going to need? I'm going to need this for sure. I could probably use that. And I will need that at some point. All right, so this has got to go here. All right. And what else we got? Electronic goop. That's the good stuff. All my electric tapes. Look at this wide black electric tape I found at one point. Isn't that interesting? I haven't figured out a good use for it, but there will be a point where I figure out an amazing use for this wide ass. I'm gonna put these on the left side of the toolbox here. Maybe that'll be cool. This needs to go in the kitchen. Oh, here, let me, nice, Mr. Death scored his first Cinewhoop gig. Very cool, brother, congrats. That's a big deal. Okay. We got some stuff going on over here. And, all right. Flux pen is good to go. What do I have Gorilla double-sided tape for? Isn't it supposed to be up top? I think it's supposed to be up there. And then we got one more tip tinner, just this little tiny guy, and I think that's really all I need from in here to solder. Although I probably have a little spool of solder somewhere in here that I can just grab real quick. Do I or do I not? Yep, there it is. All right, sweet. And all right, turn on the soldering iron. Will it turn on? It has turned on. We're off to a good start. This is all junky mess. Just a big old mess. I've just got a big old mess. Everything's a mess. Everything's fine. I forgot about this. Leave it out. It's fine. Okay. So I got some of these tools here. Why is this out? Oh, what's this? What's going on here? I need my 5X loop. That's an absolute necessity. I've got my tweezers. Here are a couple of the other tools that I usually leave out. I'm going to do like a little Workbench tour for you guys. I did it a while ago. But yeah, I got to do another little Workbench tour for you guys. And then let me get my Weeha drivers out. All right. Okay, this is starting to feel better already. Starting to feel more normal already. Cool. Look at me go. Put that in there. And that's all I need. I think those are the soldering things that I need. Yeah, let's get to it. This is for, so yeah, and this little guy, this is the FPV Cycle little tiny ratchet. Has the 3mm socket on it for these 3mm nuts on these little motors. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. I don't know if exciting is the right word. Lost Sync says the wide tape is good for wrapping things, batteries, handles of stuff. My dad is a phone guy. Gave me and give me an unreasonable amount of it once. Ooh, good call, Lost Sync. That's the one you just reminded me. I have actually used it. Yeah, it's all cut sideways. I did use this once on a battery that the shrimp wrap tried to escape. I used that to rescue it. Very good call. Multi-motor round guy. I'm gonna be using that mass adhesives. Yeah, we'll put this away. It's fine. It's fine. I haven't used this old school blue tack since I got the mass adhesives electronic goop thermally resistive putty. This stuff works really, really good. Massadhesives.com. It's not super expensive, and it's just super handy. It's a little bit stickier than blue tack. And it seems to melt a lot less, which is awesome. June Logo says, what could be causing my 3-inch Cinewhoop to fly away as soon as I give it throttle while hovering? Sounds an awful lot like there's too much noise or physical vibrations getting into the gyro. Oh, look, so I need to fix the... I need to fix this. Rebel SL1 webcam utility. How do I... here we go. So I got to go into... Is it a filter? I think it's a filter. Yeah, it's a filter. So I need to crop. Please specify the name of the filter. Okay, crop. All right, so I need to... Let's just do this real quick. Oh, yeah. 1,000. Nope, that's not it. That ain't it. Left. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So that's how I'm going to get rid of the black bars, too. Right, 200. 2,000. Oh, nope. 500. There we go. 800. Hey, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. It's going to look weird for a minute, but it's going to be okay. I promise. Oh, I see what it's doing. That's fine. So if I'm sitting over here, I need it to crop left. Yeah. Okay, so I need to keep cropping. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm barely on this. When I'm sitting... Oh, I'm off the camera when I'm sitting here. I see. Oh, well, that's interesting. So what I actually need to do is just crop the one side. So let's try 400. Okay, now that crops me out. So I want to leave the left alone, and I want to crop the right a lot. Yeah, crop the right like a ton. And then I'll be able to like lean over and say hello. So I can get some of the bars out by doing that. And then I might as well crop this side to get that black bar out, right? Hey, there we go. Okay, yeah, so it looks like 100 is the right amount to get that bar out of there. Okay. Top 0, bottom 0. Nah, we can crop the top a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So now we can just do this and sneak it over. And I'll take this, sneak it over. Getting there? We're getting there. Move this up a little bit. Okay. Slowly but surely, we will get this all set up, just like we did at the old apartment. You know what I mean? But yeah, it looks like I'm off, so I can kind of like lean into frame. Interesting. All right, we'll figure it out. Yeah, June Logo. You know, it's usually that's an indication that yeah, you've got. I mean, the only time that a rig is gonna just try to fly away to the moon like that is if, yeah, if the PID loop is getting more garbage data, is one of the easiest ways to think about it, than it can handle, and that garbage data could be electrical noise. So you know, things like putting a capacitor on and shit like that could potentially, maybe, possibly help it. Or it's just getting too many vibes. So check your motors, check your props, make sure you don't have any excessive vibes getting in there, and yeah, just approach it that way. I've got a so I might as well take these. I might as well take these propellers off. I've got a over on the Patreon page under Tech Tips. You can click Tech Tips on the top, and it'll sort all the posts for you. Under Tech Tips, there's one called Troubleshooting Motor Heat. That is the exact same process. When that rig is flying away, those motors are getting really hot. So yeah, you can check out that article, and that's got a step-by-step sort of breakdown of how to check your motor heat, and that's going to be a perfect step-by-step for you to try to figure out what the hell's going on. Because yeah, excessive motor heat is caused by too many vibrations, too much electric noise, blah 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 blah. Because the what's happening when you get too many vibes, or when you have too much garbage data, too much noise, the PID loop will get confused, and it'll tell the motors to speed up and then slow down, and then speed up and then slow down, speed up and slow down, and it'll do that at like 4,000 or 6,000 times per second. So that generates just an ass ton of heat, because yeah, you're asking the motors to do like to just go full tilt, but not full tilt in one direction where they're going to generate a lot of thrust and cool themselves. So yeah, it's kind of a weird situation there, but that article is going to be gold for you to just kind of work through it. And when I wrote that article, I took a bunch of time to kind of think through, out of all the troubleshoots I've done, which of the problems happen the most frequently versus the least frequently. And that's the way that article is ordered. It's ordered from most common to least common. So usually if you work like the first couple of the things in that list, you'll usually find your issue. But if not, just keep going down the list. You'll get to the more and more rare stuff. By the time you get to the bottom of it, you should have it figured out, though. Let's put this away. All right. So, I mean, can you guys tell? Does the bench cam look any better? Can you tell? I'm very curious. Why is that off? Come on, get over a little bit. Let me fix this again. Oh, farts. I'm always trying to get this so that it picks up. I like to work up here towards the front of the desk, but it's hard to get the camera to pick that up. There we go. So I'm always playing with this camera to try to point it upwards, but I also don't want you guys to be staring at my crotch for the entire live stream. That's not, that doesn't help anyone. What if I move this thing this way? Is that no? If anything, I want to move it that way. Yeah, I need to mount this camera a little differently. God damn it! And yeah, this mount, I gotta do something here. Okay, props are off. Let's desolder these motors that are on here currently. Also, we are going to weigh these FPV Cycle 2104s versus these guys with propellers, with like, you know, set up in a way that you would fly them. For that gig, I electric taped over my ARM LEDs just so that I was, because there were going to be other cameras, I didn't want big bright LEDs on my rig. You know, the riders are the subject, not the drone flyer. So yeah, I just cut little pieces of electric tape and put them over these ARM LEDs, which is one of the great things. You know, the ARM LEDs, in my opinion, it's like you put them on, they act as race wires, which is really nice for prop strikes. And if you need to turn them off, you put black electric tape over them. You know, I've had people like, oh, I'll never install ARM LEDs. I don't want those on all the time. It's like, okay, well, use your little brain. I think Steele actually gave me a hard time about that at one point. I was like, well, you know, there is electric tape. It's not see-through. And, you know, race wires are kind of awesome. So if you're going to go through here's the thing too, right? If you're going to go through the trouble of installing race wires, you might as well do ARM LEDs because it's the exact same amount of extra work. And if you don't want them on, you put electric tape over them. If you want them on because, you know, whatever. And I love them. I think that they're great. And in most cases, I actually really like having a rig that's a little bit brighter. If you're flying directly at somebody's face and for some reason you don't see them, they're going to see you, so they can hopefully duck and you can not hit them in the face. So that's pretty awesome. June Logo says, I had a toothpick rated for 3S and 4S, but it would only fly away in 4S, but 3S flew great. Shake my head. June Loco, that's actually very common. That is a perfect example of an electrical noise problem. As the voltage goes up, the electrical noise goes up, and AIOs are terrible at dealing with electrical noise because the ground plane, the one big piece of copper that's your ground, is right next to the gyro, right next to the ESC, right next to everything. So yeah, that is a perfect example of an electrical noise gone wrong kind of situation there. So if you were to put a gigantic capacitor on that rig, or any number of other different kind of solutions for that, you might be able to get that going again. To get that rig to run on 4S, I should say. Why is this a strange color? All right, so we're going to flux these, and then we're just going to pop them off. And might as well take two of them off real quick. The first thing that I want to do is get some weights. I really want to see. So these Brother Hobby VY 2004s are the absolute lightest of the 2004s. Unfortunately, they're not made anymore. But you can get the green and gold versions, and I think it's pretty much the same thing. Oh, I'm using a fresh little jibby jabby here, and it's nice. I gotta be honest, it's real nice. Let's get my little thing of tip tinner opened up. This poor soldering iron has been through hell and back. All right, so here we go. Let's get this couple of these motors off of here. And we will take a look at some weights. Lightest 2004 versus FPV Cycle 2104. I think it's going to be pretty close. What I'm also really interested in is the weight of T-mount screws, and we've done this before. The weight of these motors with T-mount screws with the propeller versus the 2104s with the little collar to adapt it to M5. as well as the as well as the little M3 lock nut and the propeller without the extra plastic on the inside. You know what I mean? What's up, Bobby Bags? Fam G's in the house as well. Everybody's coming through. Are you guys all thrown off because like I am streaming, I'm not streaming, I am streaming, I'm not streaming? Or did you guys just not have Joshua and you didn't come over from there? Apache Smoke says, yeah, the bench cam looks much better in my opinion. Very cool. That's what I'd like to hear. Hell yeah. That's great. I really dig that. This is also a different bench cam. This is the Logitech that I was using at Studio 2 at Maggie's old rental property. And it's they're both C920s, but this is like C922. So I think it's a slightly newer version. Maybe it's a little bit cleaner. Maybe it's a little bit of a better sensor or better lens or something like that. I doubt it. It's probably just different software, but yeah, it's a newer camera. Maybe that's got something to do with it. All right, so let me just kick this other motor off just for the sake of doing two. What's up, Newsins? How are you? Glad to see. It's been nice to see like other people live streaming, including Newsins, as I've been out. I feel like you guys haven't had, and I know Joshua was out too, so it's been weird. I'm like, man, nobody's getting any FPV live streams while I've been moving. It was like everything happened all at once. So, let's get some weights going here. I think my scale is up here. Yes, it is. All right. So, very short. Well, I need to cut one of these down first to have an equal amount of wire. So let's do that before we go any further. Man, these are cut down real short. Okay, so let's just go right about here. That should be good. All right. And so, Brother Hobby VY with 2 screws, 2 M2x7 screws. Those are the screws that we use for T-mount props. And I need to find a gem fan propeller with that little center piece. So we're just going to go to the 5 blades. So hang on, I'll be right back. Grabbing a little 5 blade action here. I want to make sure I grab one with the centerpiece. There we go. Okay. So there's a 5 blade with the centerpiece. So this is an all-in weight, ready to fly. So we're at 18.2. 18.2 grams for the lightest of the 2004s. KV is a little bit low, but this is still a great combo. I've flown most... I've probably flown 30 or so gigs with this combo, and it's been great. 18.2 grams, remember that. T-mount screws, motor, prop with the piece of plastic in the center. Versus, somebody write that in chat for me. What was it, 18.2? Versus the new setup, which is going to allow me to push this little center piece of plastic out. Let's do that real quick. Come on. All right, there we go. So will the center piece of plastic even come up on the damn thing? Is it infinitely light? I have a feeling it's infinitely light. 0.1 gram. Okay, so yeah, it's really lightweight. So the 2104 with the little metal collar and the M3 nut and the wires cut down. Oh, it's quite a bit heavier. Damn it. I didn't think it was going to gain this much weight. We are gaining a ton of power, though. We're gaining both stator volume and KV. So these will make quite a bit more power. 19.7, that's a 1.5 gram increase. Wow. So let's try this. At some point, I'm hoping, I keep bugging, Hey, do you guys want to do me a huge favor? Bug Bob for a 3mm version of this. This is Bob's little kit to convert 1.5 center to 2mm center for toothpicks and whatnot. We need one of these with 3mm because then we can drill props out to fit directly on here. So if we were able to do that, we're going to save a little bit of weight. Let me weigh this little metal center collar jib jab. Well, what's that say? 3.1? So we'll just put it on here. We'll see what the increase is. Okay, it doesn't weigh anything. Well, so it weighs it weighs the same as the plastic piece. That's kind of ridiculous. Okay, well, I was hoping that we still do need that. And we don't need it, but we could still really use it because, well, these GemFan 3.5 by 2.5s, for example, are only T-mount. So yeah, we kind of need to be able to drill this center out from 1.5 to 3mm to be able to run this prop. You know, with these motors, I can't run this propeller. I'm going to be locked in to running these GemFan props, which is fine. I mean, GemFan has enough propellers, but in some cases, yeah, there's a pitch or a propeller size that GemFan might not make, that HQ makes, and if it's T-mount only, I'm kind of screwed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you guys are interested in these 2104 motors, realistically, you should be bugging Bob for a 3mm version of this little thing. Although, now that I say that, surely it's not just a different drill bit, is it? Man, I forget how this thing works. I think like that goes through this. So the prop goes on here. Yeah, no, well, yeah, no, it's the whole. Where does the? Can I just get a 3mm drill bit? Hold on. Let's take a quick look. Monitor with mic. Let's go here. FPV cycle. So we want, let's just search for 2mm. There it is. Whole drill bit kit. Here we go. Okay, so how's that gonna work? What? How does that? What? The drill bit should not. There's a bearing there. How's the drill bit going in there? What? What's happening? That piece goes on top, and then yeah, it's got to come up from the bottom. 2mm up from the bottom. I've only used it once because I don't have any 2mm. I don't have any 2mm. No, that's not the right one. Motors. Well, that's not true. I do have one, but it's not. I'm not using it. Yeah, it's not gonna. Oh, I'll be damned. No, okay, so that is yeah. So yeah, we need this bearing. This is actually a little bearing down here. We need this little bearing down here to be 3mm inner diameter in order for this thing to work. So yeah, and this is gonna have to be CNC machined. So yeah, if you're buying these motors, you owe it to yourself to shoot Bob a quick message and be like, yo. And if a whole bunch of this, do this, he'll know that there's a market for it. Yeah, we need this little kit. We need a version of this kit for 3mm. That would be really, really nice. Know what I'm saying? What is this piece for? I don't understand what this piece here is for. It's cool looking. Maybe it's like to push the prop off. I don't know. Okay. Ah! Get this in here. Yo, we're going to be able to do all kinds of sim stuff from this spot, too. You guys excited? Try out some of the new sims. Actually, probably not, because they're probably all PC only. So, yeah, man, we are going to gain a significant amount of weight here. 1.5 grams on the end of the arm. That's going to make a difference. I mean, it is just a Cinewhoop, though. So if there's a rig that you're not going to be able to tell more than another, it's probably this one. But the rig is going to pick up 6 grams total, which kind of sucks because I'm already at the runtime that I want. So, yeah, interesting. I kind of wish, kind of thinking of putting these motors onto one of the other rigs now. So this is the analog Cinewhoop, and it's really heavy right now because it's got this camera in the rear from that crit event. But without this camera and Vista in the rear, this is the lightest weight of the Cinewhoops, which is why I had the lightest weight motors on it. So now I'm all weirded out. But I am going to be putting these 2104s on all the rigs, so let's just get it done. Let's just get them on there. What I do want to compare... What I really want to compare these to is the axis power. So these motors are all fine and dandy and they're great and whatever, but they just don't make quite enough kV. Like they're okay. They make a good amount of kV, but they really need to make a little bit more. Axis has a 2004 that does have the proper amount of kV. And so let's actually weigh a bunch of stuff. Let's also weigh the 2203s. Come on, tell me I don't. Do I? We're going to weigh the T-Motor 2004 as well, because it's here. Why not? Don't tell me I don't have an extra one of those Axis motors. You got to be kidding me. That can't be. I have 2 of these? Oh, that's the big boy. That's the big 25. Please be in here. What the hell is that? It's an X-Nova motor. Nobody wants that. Oh wait, no, I meant to say not X-Nova, X-Rotor motor. Nobody wants that. What? Hold on. I might have one over here. I mean, regardless, here's the other thing. These T-mount 2004s, like, they've been okay so far for me, but they're not a great scenario for durability. Like, it's a ticking time bomb. So yeah, putting these 2104s on is pretty important, regardless, just because they're going to be so much more durable. Not durable, but I'm never going to have to worry about the bell coming off. Yeah, wow, I do not have an extra one of those Axis 2004s. That's not good. I always try to have at least 1 or 2 extra motors. Although maybe they're in here. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe I do have an extra. I bet you I do. I bet you it's in here. Let's see. What's up, Expander? Okay, so here is the motor bag. Let's see if I have the extra that I need. Oh man, look at all these. There's the Axis 1404s. I cannot wait to put those onto a rig and see how it is. I think I'm actually going to put those onto my prototype frame, my 3-inch prototype frame. Ooh, is this it? Is this it? Come on, be in there. Be in there. Is there one? Is there one? Ooh, there's not. I do not have a single extra, unless that's it. No, that's the 2306s. Nope, I don't. Damn. Okay. So that's good to know. I need to order that for sure. Always have an extra of the motor that you run the most in stock, friends. It's important. And then these guys can go in here as well. All right, cool. So yeah, let's just put these on. It's fine. It's fine. We will do a quick. We will weigh a couple of these guys real quick. So realistically, this is required, but we are going to leave the nut off. So the FPV cycle 2104 is 16.3. Brother Hobby VY 14.4. Good God, that's light. The T-Motor 2004 is 15.1. And then the FPV cycle 2203, this is the older one, the new ones are 23, 17.4. That's why I don't run these, because they're just heavy, man. 17 versus, well, wow, it's only a gram different. I also kind of don't like the throttle curve on these. Yeah. Damn. I can't believe how light this is. That makes me want to. Well, I think it's time to revisit these. So I'm gonna revisit this. I didn't realize that there was such a small difference in weight. So yeah, I'll revisit this and see how it is. See how it compares to the 2104s. That'll actually be a really cool little video. Left step says, "What's this in stock you speak of?" Yeah, treat yourself like a like a storefront, you know. Would do you good. What is happening here? Why won't this stick? Stick on there, you jerk. Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay, so. Oh my god, it just, all the things are such a mess. Everything is just kind of all over the place. Okay, let's get this going. Let's get a set of these on here. And we'll see how it is. So, damn. I accidentally just left these out. Crud. Let's get these stripped and tinned and dropped on. I'm going to do this with cutters because I have no fingernails right now. Try to use fingernails to do this though. If you're not a nervous wreck like me, chewing them off all the time. Alright, here we go with some motor cutting. Motor cutting is what I said. That's a strange thing to say out loud. Motor cutting. Sometimes as the words are pouring out of my mouth, I'm like, no. Oh well. Man, you gotta really cut these guys short. Jesus. There's a little bit extra of this single big sheathing here on these motors versus the Brother Hobbies. There we go. Okay, and there we go. FamG says, miss you. Apache Smoke says, bench cam looks much better. All right, we're good. We're caught up. Oh, my god! So, here we are. Why is that all jankied? Get out of there. Get out of there. I'm trying to like not strip any extra off of these, but I gotta make sure I get enough, and I just didn't quite get it right just now. Now I gotta fix it. There we go, that's better. That should be fine. That one's gonna be a little ugly, but it'll be okay, I think. Okay, let's get this guy tinned up. And away we will go. Why does that? Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. There we go. So we're gonna flux these wires because it is a little bit challenging to get the solder in between all the strands of motor. No, don't cool down. Don't cool down, soldering iron. I need you to be warm. You little jerk. There we go. There it is. Okay. Let's get these guys tinned, zap this on. We'll see how it is. So we got the soldering iron under the wire, and then we're adding the solder from the top. We're trying to push the solder in between the strands. And there we go. No need to have like a huge ball of solder on here. You want to have just enough to coat everything and make it nice and shiny. And then you'll be all set. Too much solder is actually a bad thing. I know it seems kind of counterintuitive, but there is such a thing as too much solder. So don't, having like big, gigantic, shiny balls is very satisfying, and the ladies love it. But at the cost of the strength of the joint, I don't really know. I'll take normal sized balls any day that are still shiny. It's important that they be shiny. Ladies love them shiny balls. Confirmed. Shiny balls confirmed. There we go. Take a quick look. And what I should have done is get a weight on this rig before putting these motors on. But I didn't. And now it's too late. So, boo-hoo. Oh my god. Who's is anybody building? What are you building? Who's building and what you building? Alright, cool. So yeah, that I did cut that motor down to the exact right amount. So that's good. Damn, man, I can't stop thinking about how much heavier this rig is going to be with these motors on it. I did not. For some reason, I thought these motors were lighter than they actually are, which is interesting. But hey, it's a 2104 versus a 2004, and it's 3,500 kV versus 3,000 kV. So, in terms of flight performance, it'll definitely have the extra power to offset the extra weight. The thing that I'm concerned with, though, is just that I don't want my run times to go down at all. So yeah, this is interesting. This will be an interesting little test, I guess I could say. All right, Athix is driving. Bulldog FPV says, drunk too much to build or fly. Nice. Brandon's Baked Beans says, CiottiFPV. In case you're wondering, it's beans. I was tuning, but now I'm taking a break and making some lunch. Bobby Bag says, I'm building a lightweight 5-inch race quad Pickle 5 race frame with HD0 WhoopLight VTX. That's really cool. That's very, very cool. Should I pull this rear camera setup out of here? There's really no reason to leave it in. I'll be goddamned if I fly this thing around on a regular Cinewhoop gig. Yeah, you know, I kind of need to, actually. So let's rip it apart. And what I think I will do is leave the long, I think I'm going to leave the long screws in the rear, so that I can much more, which will make dropping it back in much easier. So this is actually a cool little, so yeah, this will be cool. This is what it takes to convert this rig from single camera to dual camera. I tried my best to, when I was putting this Vista and rear facing camera on here, I tried my best to run all the wires and do everything in a way that would be easily kind of like reversible and swappable. So let's see how good or bad of a job I did at that. Because yeah, this is my analog Cinewhoop, and I don't want to like not have an analog Cinewhoop. So yeah, the one thing going on is there was not a great place for the Crossfire Nano, so it was just like double-sided taped to the top of the to the bottom rather of the top plate, which is actually like totally fine. That's what alien pilots did for the longest time. So that's really not a terrible setup. It's just kind of annoying. 16-bit says, is that a MIP driver you're using? Yeah, a set of MIP drivers is really expensive, but man, they just do not strip. They will remove stripped out screws, and it's really worth it for just that. And I mean, they're just nice. They're just really, really well made. Robin Duckett says, building a Sonicare, fun so far. Very cool. Kevin Sumner says, you mentioned Sims a few minutes ago. The new Tri-P sim that everybody is gaga over is available for Mac on Steam. No shit. Okay, so we're going to be doing that one for sure. Maybe next Sunday I'll be ready for that kind of thing. Okay, so I put the Vista antenna off on the side standoff here. So all I have to do is push that up and off, and our antenna setup will be free. So that's one of the little lightning bolts that I had that struck my brain. So we can just pick that up and off. That's pretty cool. This does need to come up and off here because I need to be able to get the camera out. And I need to figure out a better... This keeps coming unplugged from that, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. So now the little camera in the rear here can just, in theory, pull right up and out. Okay, that's good. So now this is also free. All right. Woo! It's my signal to Maggie that she's being all stompy. Okay, so this rush tank is up on top. I'm gonna back out the long screws, which will pop that thing up and off. So let's do that. What's up, Jory? How are you? Okay, come on now. There we go. All right, what's up, Tommy Noose? Okay, there we are. So that should free up the Rush Tank 20 by 20, almost. I think this is called the Rush Mini, I believe, which is gonna stay. I am gonna keep this VTX in here. It's surprise, surprise, right in my eyes. It seems to work better than the TPS EmuFlight that was in here. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad to. What's interesting is I had this exact VTX in here, and then I removed it to put the EmuFlight in, and I didn't have great luck with the EmuFlight, and now I'm putting it. And then it made sense to put this back in for this little rear camera setup. And when I did, I was like, oh, I remember this VTX. So yeah, that was kind of cool. All right, so now this is where it gets not hairy, but like this is where it gets kind of interesting. The question becomes, do I desolder? I mean, I guess technically speaking, I should have done this with a plug header, but I couldn't find a plug header that had the right number of pins in it. In my little stash, of course, I could just order them, but yeah. So the only like non-completely hot swappable setup of this is right now in that. Oh, but it's just. Oh, that's right. It's just power and ground. It's. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh well, God damn it! I'm stupid. I should have done this with a little plug. I'm almost certain that I have a little power and ground plug. I thought that I'd done the whole wiring harness for some reason. Do I have a little? I'm certain that I do. I'm certain that I have a male and female 2 plug setup, and I could. Yep, here it is. Yep, it's right here. So, okay. So in the future, I will set this up to be, yeah, full-blown hot swappable. That's pretty cool. That's really cool, actually. And I can do it with this little guy right here. I guess I should probably do that now. I think it makes sense to just knock that out real quick, because otherwise I will forget. What is that from? What is that little plug header from? Oh, okay. Is this it here too? Is this another one? God, it's hard to get in here. Oh, that's that plug. Okay, now we're fine. Okay. So, yeah, I should do this now. I'm not gonna, but I should. Jory says, I would ask how you're doing, but that new studio is looking pretty sick, so I'm guessing good. Yeah, real good, man. Really, really good. Super, 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 super busy, but loving life. And the kind of loving the busyness, to be really honest. I do well when I'm busy. I do better being busy than I do being not busy. And so yeah, I just have to be really careful, because I will just run myself into the ground. So I got to be a little mindful of that. I actually need to be a lot mindful of that. But I'm going to try to remove these in a little bit of a different way. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm back onto the motor thing, but there's a bunch of work that needs to get done. If it gets done in a weird order, that's kind of whatever. So what do you guys, chat, talk to me for a minute. What do you guys want to see? Like, what do you guys want to see here at the new studio? What's like your favorite stuff that I do? Because since, like, you know, I'm building and setting shit up, Like, if there's something that you guys really love more than something else, I can, like, you know, set this studio up to, see that? So you can actually take them off all at once. Yeah, I can set this studio up to, for that. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys like? Left Step wants to see Maddie flips all day, all night. Well, the ceilings are very high upstairs, so you might be able to see that. John Lewis says, Cinewhoop comment. Bobby Bags loves it all. Paul McDonald says, building experimenting. So I'll be able to do more sim stuff. I mean, that's a given. 16-bit says, your videos make my day for real. Appreciate that, man. Anything specific? All right, so let's see. Let's see if I can get this one as well. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to get all three of them, but I'm having a good day. Look at that. Got them both, just like that. Just want to flatten this one out. All right. I gotta be honest. I'm ever so slightly regretting doing this on this rig. This is supposed to be the ultra lightweight rig with without the Vista in it. There's a chance that I'll switch this rig back to the Brother Hobby Motors, or maybe not. I don't know. It's I want to have an ultra lightweight Cinesplore as a something I can go back to make sure that, like, so my Cinesplores have had a little bit of like weight creep going on. If you know what like scope creep is, this is weight creep, where they've been very slowly gaining weight. First they got Vistas, not all of them, and now they're getting heavier motors. So I want to keep one of these Cinesplores ultra lightweight, I think. I mean, I bought enough of these motors to do all of them, and the previous plan was to do all of them. But now that I see how much heavier these motors are, it makes me kind of like, oh shit, you know. So yeah, you might see this rig move back to these ultralight Brother Hobby motors. But for now, since I've already started, we're just going to keep going. Having an issue getting any heat onto this ground wire here. Come on, you little jerk. Get out of there. Come on. Why are you fighting me? Don't fight me. I don't want to have to remove the, I was hoping to not have to remove the antenna wire. What the hell? Why won't this, what's going on? Why can't I get any heat into this? Just come in with a blob of solder. See if that gets it done. There we go. All right, cool. So here it is. Here is the rear Vista setup that can be pretty much dropped right into a Cinesplore. Oh, this was stupid. I do need to pull this off. All right, so let's put the ultra hot swappable little male and female on here next. Let me make sure that these are truly functioning. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's get this going. If I don't do this now, I'm gonna forget about it, and I'm just going to desolder it every time, which is actually not the end of the world. I mean, it's whatever. John Lewis says Cinewhoop content. Anthony Gregory says, yeah, more freestyle Cinewhoop. Kevin Sumner says, racing around the house in Cinewhoop is a blast. It's been like a year since Sim Combat. Let's give that a go. Anthony Greco says throwing agile. Sprint talking here. I try not to. I hate that shit so much. Back from pub lighting the barbecue now. What the hell does that mean, Ram? Morton Upshots in the house. He says, to answer the question of what I like to see, this format of heads down is always welcome. I love build porn. All right, so, I mean, you guys are into what I'm already doing, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing with some new stuff. I'm hoping, I really do think that tiny whooping here is going to be, you guys are going to really like it. I've flown around a little bit and it's just outrageous. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put a tiny whoop battery on the charger. We can probably do a super quick little tiny whoop rip. Let me just grab. I'll do two. I'll put 2 batteries on the charger. 1 tattoo, 1 wee bleed. How about that? We'll put wee bleed batteries to the test. What's this take? USB C 3 PO. Do I not have? I do not. Where are things? Here are things. Where are things? I found things. All right, hold on. I need a USB port. I guess I can just use this computer. Will this power it? Look at that. All right, fair warning. I might forget that these are charging and not fly, but there they are. Remind me. I guess what I'm saying is remind me, chat. And then I have this, and I can just put this like wherever. What is it? The little micro. It's USB mini. So I can just throw it over here. I think I have an extra USB mini, or not? Maybe not. Maybe I do. Oh, I do. Let's see. Well, I can plug this in, and it might, I don't even know if it's going to work. Let's. I had it all set up on the laptop. I forget what I did on the laptop to get this working. So let's go in here, and we're going to go. We're going to go video capture device, and we're going to say VRX, and OK. And let's see. Nope, it's not there. US webcam utility HD Pro. It might be because that's not a data cable. Hold on. Let's plug this into a different. I'm gonna plug it into the same extra long cord that I had it hooked up to at Maggie's rental house, which is this cord here. I don't need all this extra cord, but it's whatever. Okay, so I need another. Man, I've got an Amazon 10-port USB hub that filled up quick. Good Lord. I'm gonna need to. I think I'm just gonna have to straight up get another one. Just a full second one. That goes to the camera. I don't want to unplug that. Where the hell does that go? What is that? What's that one go to? Oh, that's that camera. Yeah, I need another one of these, man. This is ridiculous. What the hell can I unplug? Here's my foot. What if I unplug that? Where's that go? That's just power. Oh, that goes to this. Oh, perfect. Okay, unplug this and swap it with this. Come on. Okay, and then, well, for now, I might as well run this big long cable somewhere. Okay. Hello, friends. Pull anyone but the green one. All right, and let's go. We're gonna go up through here, up through there, and just gonna run this real quick. Okay. So that's going. That's terribly ugly, but it's fine. Okay. Run this back here and over here, and okay. So I'm gonna plug this in. We'll see what happens. I think on the laptop, like, it just came up. I think it just magically started working. So now I got it plugged in. But there's a chance that I had to do. Hey, look at that! USB 2.0 PP. Hey, wow, that's easy. Okay, cool. So there we go. We've got VRX. Sweet. So we can fly tiny whoops and stream it directly into the jib jab. It's exciting, very exciting. And then we'll be able to play outside and whatever. It's eSheen ROTG1. It's like $20. R like here, I'll type it. ROTG1. That's all you need. Type that into Amazon and you'll find it. So I need to make a new scene. I need to make a scene for the VRX. VRX dash mic. Stand by. I gotta add. What the hell's going on here? Oh man, when I put those. Oh balls! Everything's all screwed up. Hold on. I gotta add the scene. You're gonna lose me for a second. Bear back. All right, so now you got audio again, and now I just need to add video capture device, add existing VRX. There we go. All right, so VRX there. I'm gonna center that. That's roughly centered. Okay, cool. Wait, what did I do that for? All right, that's pretty much centered. And then behind the VRX, I want to do video capture device. Rebel SL1, and then we do this. I need to fix this. This is going to drive me fucking crazy. I got to take the filter off of this. So filter, crop. I just need to zero this out. I can get rid of those bars in here though, if I just do 100 left and 100 right. All right, so that's good. I do like that there's no stupid bars on it now. So this is how we had it at the old studio. And it was just basically like that, and then this was down below the VRX. Remember that? Yeah. So there we go. All right, cool. So we'll do a little bit of tiny whooping in a little bit. What did I have it on? Bench cam. I think I got to get the VRX off of here. We're gonna remove that. Cool. Tommy News says, "Do you mess with KISS?" I spent a couple of months, a couple of years ago with KISS in Flight 1, and was really disappointed. You know, KISS is beta flight from 5 years ago. It's there's nothing about KISS that's any better than anything about beta flight. That's just the facts. There are really good pilots that fly KISS, and that's great. It's awesome for them. But yeah, there's just nothing that KISS does better than beta flight. That's just the truth. The data doesn't lie. I don't care what any of these pilots say that they swear to God that they can feel. It's absolute nonsense. So yeah, for me, it's going to be beta flight because it's just better. It's got better filtering. It's got more features that eliminate bad flight behavior, and it's got a much bigger user base, and it's open source, right? So yeah, don't, in my opinion, don't believe the hype for KISS. If you just want to try something different, awesome. It'll really... One thing that flying KISS does is it really makes you appreciate how incredibly good Betaflight is. And that's a valuable exercise right there. Because, you know, we take Betaflight for granted. So, yeah, but don't... Like, I went into it like, ooh, this is going to make me a better pilot. And like, I had all these unrealistic expectations. And I was left, like, very disappointed. So yeah, don't be like me. Don't do that. That's kind of silly. It was pretty stupid for me to, you know, like looking back, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why did I think that? That's just absurd. But you know, you see certain pro pilots fly enough batteries on KISS and fly really well. You're like, well, you know, I can't possibly be this shitty. You know what I mean? It's like, there's got to be something that's helping them out. It can't just be that good. No, they're just that good. Like, for real. They just are. They put the time in. And if you put the time in, you get real fucking good. Alright, so I don't have to add any extra spacers or anything like that. This is just going to sit right down and be all happy and healthy and in love with life. But these little nuts, I think what I want to do is pop them out, and then I can pop them back in. CV says, ever try EmuFlight? I've also tried EmuFlight. EmuFlight is just Betaflight 4.1, I believe it is. Might be 4.2, I forget which one it is. And I don't like that. I think it's Betaflight 4.1 because it doesn't have RPM filtering. The lack of RPM filtering is a deal breaker for me with EmuFlight. It's really good. Brandon's Baked Beans in the chat works with the EmuFlight team. And there's a couple of really interesting things in there. But again, it's not the standard. It's you know, there's a lot of benefits from using the most popular thing. You know, it's not as sexy. It's not as like, ooh, I'm different. But there's an awful lot of benefits to kind of doing that. And yeah, not a ton of people use EmuFlight. A good amount of people use EmuFlight though. It's great. It's great flight firmware. Just the fact that it doesn't have RPM filters is a little bit of a deal breaker for me because RPM filters are just God in my opinion. They're just so good. They the ability to fly home on just like completely annihilated propellers for me is a really big deal because I fly undercoverable spots all the time. And I don't like losing rigs. And I've only ever lost one rig, and it had nothing to do with this. It had to do with me flying it below grade when I was too far away. I genuinely believe that I would have lost at least one or two more rigs if it weren't for RPM filtering. Because, again, I've crashed rigs in really shitty spots and been able to fly home without the ESC or the motors exploding. So, Mr. Hargy says EmuFlight doesn't have RPM filtering because it doesn't need it. Well, then my question to you is, why are they adding it to their next release if they don't need it? The fact that they're adding it is a pretty clear admission that it works really well. And that, you know, it'll be a benefit. Easiest way to think about RPM filtering is that it is the only filtering that we've ever had that's not audio filtering. All of the other filtering is based on, it's just old school audio industry filters. And they work shockingly decent for what we're doing, but they're not quad filters, they're audio filters. So I mean, if you want your quad to play a song, I guess stay away from RPM filters. But yeah, the RPM filters are perfect for us, in that they are based on actual RPM data coming directly back from the motors, and that's always going to be better than audio-based filters. Right tool for the right job is one way to kind of put it. And yeah, they're truly phenomenal what they can do. The amount of filtering that they can drop on a specific frequency from a bent prop or a banged up arm or something like that is really incredible. And if you have it configured right, they don't bleed like you get really good performance for not much latency, not much delay, not much CPU cycle. So yeah, there are certain cases where RPM filtering can kind of have a little bit of a hard time, but man, is that few and far between. That is very, very rare. It's a wonderful type of filtering. Ed K, I missed your comment. He says, I used one of those Gizmo US FPV receivers with my first phone and a cheap VR headset as FPV goggles when I first started, before I could get the real ones. Wow, that's wild. That must have been brutal because of the latency. That is dedication right there, though. Good for you. Jesus. That is like, I will make this work. God damn it. Alright, so screwing these down a little bit to just pull these little plastic nuts into the top plate of this Rush Tank Mini, I think is what this is called. One of the coolest things about it is that the little top plate has these little indentations for nuts. It's just a little slick design. I dig it. And then I'm going to pop the flight controller off here. I mean, truth be told, what I should really do is pull this ESC off and rotate this ESC around. Because if I do that, I can slam the flight controller down closer to the ESC, which will be really nice for because it would also allow me to put this VTX up on top of that stack. But nope. That won't work. If I put this VTX on top, well, I guess it would. I would just have to get a different antenna. I would have to get a long MMCX antenna. Should I go down that rabbit hole is the question. So that would require me to do a lot of extra work, but it might be worth it. So if I did that, I would have to rewire the... Oh my God, that's a lot of work to do that. I don't think I'm really down for that right now. What that would do is it would solve the Crossfire Nano problem of having to weirdly, like, when I have the Vista in this, I have to do this, like, kind of weird setup. But it worked completely fine. And I think that I have just enough cable on here to run this thing. I do. And just stick it down here. Yeah. I'm gonna do the lazy man approach. Well, okay. Here's what I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna make a bag with this little setup, and I'm gonna put these guys in it. I'm just gonna come right in here, and I'm just gonna clip these power wires. And next time I work on this rig, next time I have a live flying gig that I want to do the rear camera on, when I have to put this back in, that's when I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to go like that, and I'm just going to go like that, and now so now I just kind of forced myself to have to do that. So yeah, these are junk. And all right, and now I can just kind of sort of half-ass put this back together, but I'm not really half-ass putting it back together. It's completely fine. The stack works the way it is, and yeah, I don't have to do a ton of work today, which is good because it's already It's 5:01. Look at that. Tommy News says it's just a spare parts project, aren't they all? Tommy News says it just built a KISS Micro on a 63mm carbon frame with the FETEC AO with 20,000 kV motors, but can't figure out the orientation and rotation of the flight controller. So what you're running into there, Tommy, was one of the things that I did not expect, and it's with KISS and Flight 1, which is just that there is, like, so the whole point of KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Is it's supposed to be simple. Well, and it is. Like the KISS GUI is simpler, but there's a lot less info out on the internet about it. So it actually, in my experience, was a lot harder because it's way harder to find actual answers from reliable sources about how to get the shit set up. So yeah, the fact that the GUI is simpler doesn't really matter because there are so many less people and there's just so much less available info that you can find with a quick search on how to do stuff like rotate the board orientation. Or, you know what I had a really hard time? I had a really hard time figuring out how to get the fucking thing to arm. Trying to figure out like just how to get it to arm with the numbers and the, like, you got to set this to 1050 and you got to set this to 1051 and or like not just to arm but air mode. Sorry. I had a hell of a time, and I actually had to end up messaging Steele because like I checked with a couple of people and they couldn't figure it out either. That is the kind of stuff that really makes you appreciate Betaflight. That was a big part of my experience with KISS, was like, wow, this sucks and Betaflight's awesome. Yeah, just because the actual configurator has less buttons and switches and knobs doesn't really matter because there's not a ton of really good solid info out there that you can easily find with like a quick Google search. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That was my experience. I'm certain that that's not everybody's experience, but I've heard that from multiple people. So that's not just me. I'm not the only dum-dum. And it has nothing to do with dum-dum. It's just, you know, it's different, and there's just less out there. So there we go. It's 5:01. Sage takes his driving test on Tuesday, and I need to get his ass out into parking lots and get him parallel parking as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to shut this down, but before I forget, I just need to grab a little bag here, and I'm going to put these two... Wait, let me cut this because this looks a little silly like this. I'm going to put these two guys into this bag so that I remember what I'm kind of telling myself to do, which is set this thing up for quick. This will be really slick, man. Once I have this wire on there, I will be able to convert this to a rear camera setup within, like, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Knowing me, 15 or 20, 30. Sweet. So there it is. Rear camera setup. I think I have everything, right? Maybe? Sure, why not? Ah, crap. I forgot the little cover on the Vista. Let me put that on. Northern Tier, you got here just in time for me to shut this motherfucker down. Alright. Oh, wait, no, here. Oh, no, I gotta solder to it. That's fine. So, yeah, we're just gonna put this in here. Like that. And... screw it. drop it in the bag. Figure it out next time. There it is. Rear camera set up. Good to go. Very cool. So yeah, I'm gonna either tonight, maybe on tomorrow's stream, we'll get the rest of these motors on, get this antenna back on here, figure out a better way of getting that to not unplug itself, and the analog Cinewhoop will be back up and running. What do you think of that? Isn't that exciting? Isn't that exciting, guys? It's not exciting, is it? Cool. Yeah, this Stream Deck is dope. I gotta be honest. The Stream Deck is doing it for me. This is now off. Let's get this back here. All right, so when I'm sitting down, looking good. Cool. We're all set. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging. Little by little, these streams are gonna get better, but man, it's there's a lot to set up, and it's hard. Streaming is hard. But you guys are awesome, and I love you. Apache Smokes says, wish him luck with the driving test. Kevin Sumner says, gonna teach Sage to do donuts. Nope, hell no. Spare Parts Project. All right, cool, we're good to go. Love you guys. Here comes some flying with some Epidemic Sounds. Let's see if I can get this working. Epidemic Sounds, streets, the roof, and... hey, I'm going to play you guys some, I can now play you Hero 8 files, because this computer's faster. So, here's some cinematic stuff. I've never really been able to play you guys raw footage of me flying cinematic gigs, and I think it's kind of cool to see, because you get to see me do the same line, and it's kind of slick. So, I'm going to start doing that now. So, here's something from, this is one of the first ones I did, actually, so this will be kind of cool. This went really well. This turned out really good. All right, hopefully this works. Hold on, let me test it. Let me test the end screen real quick. And CiottiFPV logos. Be right back. Cool, so that does work. I am not going to leave this song on, though, because this is one of the worst songs in all of Epidemic Sounds. Euphoric and Restless. Cool. Wait, no, is this the song that I think it is? No, it's not. Okay, yeah, here comes some cinematic flying, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night at 10. Be good. Love you. Thanks for hanging. Even though the stream's kind of janky right now, but it'll get better. Love you guys. Be good. Bye-bye. 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 Looking for the buttons. right, first battery. Carmichael